A very good evening, everyone, and happy Mother's Day. Happy early Mother's Day to our mothers and mothers to be. This is an incredible evening whereby we meet and celebrate our mothers and discuss ways as mothers and mothers to be, how we can manage this busy life. People here were talking about how busy it can be, but yeah, it is busy, but it is doable. So on behalf of all our speakers, I would like to warmly welcome you to this important, empowering conversation. The topic, if you saw the flyer, says, Beyond Love and Sacrifice, the financial legacy every mother deserves to build. So we are all naturals. Mothers are all naturals. We have all the love. We love everyone else. We want to pour in all the love. But how can we do beyond? How can we go beyond just those love and sacrifice and build the financial legacies? So my name is Immaculate Businje, and it is always an honor to serve you tonight or to be with you on this Thursday. Thursdays are my favorite days because we come here and learn together. So tonight we are celebrating modern motherhood. Who are going to help us jump into this discussion and share with you. And as always, these discussions are meant to be conversational. We come here not to lecture. We come here to learn together, to be able to share as a community for tonight as mothers and mothers to be. So before we get started, I possibly will give our beautiful, actually I can go ahead and introduce themselves. We do have Happiness Uwitonze. You can give us a short, actually intro of yourself, please.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for a warm welcome to this session. My name is Happiness Uwitonze. I am a CEO and founder of Growth Web Digital. I'm also a finance expert. I'm a mother of a 15-month-old baby. So I'm getting started on this journey of motherhood. So I'm very excited to be part of this conversation and sharing my experience so far as a mother when it comes to entrepreneurship and finance. Thank you so much.
Thank you so very much. I believe all mothers out there will imagine having a child that young. You yourself look so young, but it is possible. These are the possibilities we talk about to share, because sharing actually gives us like, if someone else can do it, can I learn something, one or two from them? And that's the purpose of this conversation. Madam VP, please go ahead.
Good evening, everybody. I am privileged and honored to be with you ladies, mothers and mothers to be, and gentlemen. Thank you for having me on. My names are Leila Gaju Kabanda, a mother of two, a mother-in-law, immigration paralegal by profession, and again, like Immaculate said, I'm the Vice President of the United States Rwandan Community Abroad, serving up until October. So you have me up until then. I'm honored to be here, and I greet you all.
Well, thank you so very much, Madam VP. It is an honor for you to be here, for you to be overseeing our US, the whole US Rwandan community. I'm sure you have so much to offer. I'll go ahead and introduce us again. We are mothers. Mothers are still strategizing in the background. We do have Serafina with Seneza. She happens to be a lady of all things. She's a realtor. She's a mother of three. She's a financial professional, and she juggles it all perfectly. So she will be sharing with us on those insights. How does she do it? Being a mother of three, young children, being able to be a realtor, a financial professional, and actually another professional full-time job. So she'll take us through that journey as well. So starting with Happiness. As a young mother and an entrepreneur, how can mothers balance work, motherhood, financial responsibility without losing themselves in the process? Take us there, young lady.
Thank you so much for the great question. Like I said, I'm very honored to be part of this conversation as a young mother. starting this journey of motherhood. I know it's gonna be for the rest of my life, I guess. No pressure. Anywho, that's a very good question. So, I believe balancing motherhood and entrepreneurship and finance responsibility is not easy. It's not always easy for women, especially because we have to juggle a lot. I mean, family, extended family, family at home, your children, and different things around the house that we have to do. So it's not easy to balance all of that. But women were capable, and many women have proven every single day that it is possible to have a vision and structure and discipline when it comes to finance and motherhood. So I'm gonna share with you a few things that can help you balance. And number one, is, well, flexibility. So entrepreneurship gives women or mothers flexibility because one, well, you can work from anywhere because you don't have to go to the office. You work for yourself, you make your own hours. So you have time to care for your family and also have an income that's coming in. However, you can't do this just anyhow. You have to have a strategy. You have to create systems, meaning you plan and prioritize things so that it works for you. And also you have to be intentional. You have to be intentional while you're planning this because as we know, if we're just doing something without a plan, then you're really not doing anything. You find yourself juggling a lot because then you don't have a plan. So being intentional is very important. Another thing is financial planning also plays a major role in reducing stress because then you have access to budgeting, you have access to money, you have access to a budget, saving. So, and then there is proper protection. This means you're able to care for your family without a stress of money. So you're able to care for your children, you're able to be involved in your children's life. I mean, sports, activities at school because there's no stress when it comes to finance. Also, one thing I'm gonna really mention, like I've mentioned before, creating systems. I've been reading a book, my favorite book that I've been reading called Start With Yourself by Emma Grede. She talks about how mothers, for us to succeed, we have to first ask for help. If you we juggle with a lot. There is family, there is house, there is extended family, there's all these things. So you have to ask for help if you feel like you're not having there's a lot on your plate, so it's very important to ask for help. So I'm going to read one of the quotes that she mentions, and I hope that it can help all the mothers here. It says, mothers who succeed in both entrepreneurship and family often build strong boundaries, ask for help when needed, and create systems. So this woman, I mean, she runs a lot of businesses. I mean, she runs Good America and also Skims. So you can only imagine that this woman has a lot on her plate. So if she mentions this, it's because that she knows that it works. So as mothers who are on this Zoom tonight, we should use this quote when we live here and understand that one, we have to ask for help when we need help, and also create systems that work for us. And those systems can be, I mean, working for yourself, like I mentioned in the beginning, and also having access to a budget, savings, and also being able to work for yourself. So thank you so much for that great question.
Thank you so very much, Happiness. So time, everything comes back to time and balancing that. So time is one thing no mother has. So we have everything. We have work, we have family, we have children, but we have to juggle. But again, you mentioned something very important, having a system in place to work for you. Like in our team here, we work as a team. We do understand that some mothers don't even have time to come in the meetings. That is why every discussion we do, it is recorded. For that particular mother who would have loved to be here, but they can't because their children are going to school tomorrow morning. They're still cooking. They just came back from work. They have to serve the meals. They have to put them to school. So the system, get a group of other women who are doing it. Don't be shy to ask for the help. Let me tell you something. No one has it all. You could see someone, you think like that person is successful. Trust me, maybe in the night they don't even sleep. They are crying because they are breaking down. So that is why we come together this particular month of Mother's Day. We thought about what we can do together to be able to support one another, be there, the leaning, shoulder. How can I help you? How did you do this? Or how can I tap into what you're doing? Okay, thank you so much, Happiness. Now we jump to Madam Vice President Leila Gaju Kabanda. As a community leader who often supports families during unexpected loss, what financial mistakes do you see many families make when protecting their future? And how can we shift from reacting to crises to planning proactively? We're talking about mothers. We have our families. We all always jump into the panic mode. How can we actually, reduce that panic? Go ahead, Madam VP.
Thank you. Thank you for such an awesome question, and it's very loaded. Happiness. I remember those days when I had a 15 months old and I had no idea where I was going, what was happening. They would cry. He cries, I cried. So I don't know if that happened to you. But yeah, to answer Immaculee's question, I believe that one of the biggest mistake as a community, as a people, we focus more on making money. Making money. And when you make money, it comes in, it goes out. It's one thing to make money, and it's another thing to protect that money. When we're making money, we think all we do, we are working to pay bills, to take care of A, B, C, D, but we forget about protecting that gain, protecting that money in order to work for us later on down the road. And that's one big mistake that as a community, as a people, that we tend to do. I have been there. I've made that mistake personally as a young person. Diving into this another way of going into that same question, we tend to think we're still young. Age, we think we're 25, we're 19. As I was saying, without focusing on making money, thinking we're still too young to have it going, that we'll get there. Once we get there, we try to make as much money as we can because we are still young, but time does not wait for no one. Time waits for no one. In the community, you find what I've seen, what I've experienced is we have the higher percentage is young people in the Rwandan community, especially. And we tend to think of tomorrow as it will come when we get there. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But usually we end up having other responsibilities that takes us away from what we are supposed to do. As a mom, and I'm fortunate enough to have raised my children to where all my focus was them. But now that they're on their own, I come back to me as a mom, as a woman. What did I do? Did I do this right? Did I plan for them correctly? Am I doing that now if I didn't do it then? So that is all goes back into preparing, making money, and protecting that money. And the time does not allow us at all to do that. And another thing, common mistake, we rely on employee benefits. Those benefits are not sufficient because today you will be working, you are on on your highest peak, and then you get let go, and then you dropped. Again, it goes back into not protecting the money that you've been working hard. So when you're young, but when you're up to that age and you're looking at fixing your resume, for example, as a mom, we have many strikes as women, as mothers. You are a mother, your age is getting there, you didn't protect your money. And when you start fixing the resume because you've been let go, because you really depended upon the job, the employer, and then when you are 45, 50, no employer wants to hire you because there's these youngsters that are coming in and they have these things going on, and you don't have time to even think and learning those new ways of catching up with the youngsters. So I applaud and appreciate all the young mothers that are working hard, even us that are not in the young age. We are working hard to catch up with you all, and being able to maintain what we know well, what we do well without going into school in class, in raising our children, and being able to manage every single dime that comes through. It's very important. And I thank you, Immaculée, for what you teach us every day for being in the financial independence, being into bringing us that financial literacy so that we learn and be able to protect and plan accordingly to our families and ourselves and our children. And I thank you for that. So what I would say, the best time to plan is before the crisis happens, because the had I knowns always becomes, it is a very heavy had I known. Wishing, regretting, if I did it this way, this could have been this. So I feel like having a strong financial foundation, it's not too late to get there. And with you all that are in the financial industry that are teaching us all this, I feel like every single penny you can save, it can help you, and it's not too late. That's what I can say for now.
Thank you so very much, Madam VP. That couldn't have been explained better. Again, everything comes back to time. Time waits for no one. When we talk about those financial planning, what are we talking about here? We talked about mothers working so hard, loving so hard, protecting it so hard. But imagine a mother like Happiness, who has a young baby, she works so hard to see that her child is going to be successful in life. But if she is really depending on the money she brings in every single month, that is not protection, because she doesn't know. What if I wake up and I'm sick and I can't go back to work? What happens to that plan I had for my child? What if you have that home that you've been paying because your mother, who is juggling, entrepreneurship, other jobs here and there, something hits you, and then that's when we start saying, die, no. So we encourage all mothers. Mothers are the foundation of the families. They're the foundation of our community. We rely on mothers, that nurturing, the nurture they have and the love. If they can actually combine it with financial planning, our communities, our families will never be unstoppable. Getting a life insurance, get it. We keep saying, get protected. How do you protect yourself? We all have a life insurance. We have car insurance. We have home insurance. We do have a realtor here. The moment you buy a home, you're looking for the best home insurers to get the best for your home. But is your family protected? Is that home important than your family? Is that home important than yourself that acquired that home? If something was to happen to you tomorrow, would that mortgage be kept paying? Will you pay it if you don't have a protection? That is what we are talking about. Mothers, with that love we have, with that nurturing heart we have to get out and work, fight for our families, make sure that everything that we work so hard for, it is very protected, and nothing will shake us if unknown was to hit us. So now I jump to Madame Serafina, the lady of all things, a mother of 3-year-old. She can possibly say it herself, a successful realtor, a financial professional. Madame Serafina, you can actually introduce yourself a little bit. I was telling them, see how actually mothers juggle. You're actually putting possibly your children to bed. Now you're here to discuss with us. So time is there as long as there is that discipline. So the question is going to be, as a mother, and a successful realtor, a financial professional. Why do you believe entrepreneurship is becoming such an important path for many women or mothers today? Take it on, Madam Seraphine.
Well, thank you, Immaculate. Thank you for our guests for coming. Welcome, everyone, and thank you for joining us. Thank you for the question. Thanks, Immaculate, for introducing me earlier on. As she said, I'm a mother. So, of course, I have to do motherly duty before I can jump on this, important discussion we're having today. So, my name is Serafina Mwiseneza. I'm a mother of three. I became a mother 20 years ago. So, I have just a little experience in motherhood. And I'm a financial professional, and as well as also I'm a real estate agent. So back to your question, Immaculate, you asked a great question about as a mother. Go ahead and repeat it for me one more time.
Yes. So as a mother, a successful realtor, a financial professional, why do you believe entrepreneurship is becoming such an important path for many women and mothers today?
Okay, thank you so much. So, as a mother, as a woman, many of us today we are seeking for more for more flexibility, more ownership, more stability, more ability to create opportunity for our family, seeking for more, we're not just seeking for more income, we are seeking for just everything that's included. I want the income, I want the flexibility, I want the ownership, I want to be able to take my kids to support. I want to take my kids to school and from school. I want to be able to come home, make dinner for my kids. So I want a control of my income, my time, and overall like my family stability together. So I don't just want to be able, I don't want to, like, as a woman, as a mother, I don't want nobody to control my time. I don't want nobody to tell me I need you here 8 8 8 a.m. until 5 a.m. or 12 p.m. until 8 p.m. I want to be able to be like, I'm going to set my time based on what my family needs and what works for my family. So that's what I'm most as me as a mother, me as a woman, that's what I'm looking for. I want that income, and I also am looking for that flexibility so I can work, I can earn the income around my family schedule. I don't know if that makes sense to everyone.
It does. Yeah, that is very, very important. By the way, like we started as our nurturing, nature as mothers and women all together. And those ones who are yet to be mothers, we are always shielding, but making sure that everything you're shielding, actually no one is pushing you here. I'll tell you, I worked for corporate America for over 15 years. Sometimes I was in projects, sometimes you go home from a long day with a project to take home. Imagine your children are waiting for you. They are longing to have their mother home, but you're coming home with a laptop, wanting to have to go back to work. When you ask me today, I'm not saying I don't work hard. I work hard, but I control my time. No one tells me you have to be here at 9 a.m. or 8 a.m. as you said. I control my time. If my child has has to be somewhere, maybe in an activity, I can leave my office and go take care of my child and come back. I could even put in extra hours, but my children are not going to miss out on me, on their mother. So that time flexibility is what kills us as mothers. We are always fighting for that. What can I do? I want to go to work, but I have two little ones. How can I do that? Because the daycare is going to cost more than what I'm making from work. So what do we do then? Get a certification. Like, what do we do? It takes not more than at least 2-3 weeks. You get your certification, you become a licensed financial professional, you provide education for your community as well as you serve yourself and your children. Can you imagine that? Because most of us, we have degrees, but those degrees are the ones that don't even give you a flexibility to be with your children. I can tell you, when I became a financial professional here, I was in finance anyways, but this is when I realized that I actually went to school for something I did for only 2 weeks. Although I have my master's that I took me so many years, this is the only paper that gives me that peace of mind, that flexibility that my family wants. Because when I tell my children, guys, do you want me to go back? They'll be like, no, mommy, you can't go back to work. Because when you used to work in corporate, we never got to experience time with you. But right now, I can take a vacation with my laptop. That is my office. I can go back home and visit my elderly parents. I be there for a month. I'm still working. I'm not losing anything. So this is what we're talking about, using the systems. The systems are in place to help us as mothers and women to be able to work smart and be able to have that flexibility as well as the time we need for our family. Everybody goes back to the time of yes. Yes.
Yeah, I actually have one thing to add to that. So, based on what you just said, I have also a story I can tell based on my experience. I've been in a corporate America for the last 25 years. When I had my son, my firstborn, who's 20 years old, I had him 3 weeks later. I have to report back to work because I was on somebody's schedule. I didn't have no say. If I did not report that day, I didn't have no job. I didn't have no security. I didn't have no income coming. So what option did I have? The only option I have is to find someone to babysit my child, right? So I can go. So it saddened me to this day when I think back when my child has to go to a babysitter for 8 to 12 hours a day when they're only 3 months. I mean, no, 3 weeks old. You know, as a mother, I didn't get a chance to breastfeed my child and bond with my child and make memories of my child. Because what? I'm out there chasing coins that it never even makes sense. So, that being said, that was my older child. When I had my other children 12 years later, because the difficulty, what I seen how difficult it was being on somebody else's time, working on somebody's schedule, I said, there is no way I'm gonna have children. I cannot afford to have children working on somebody's schedule. It did not make no sense because the money I'm making in corporate America is not enough for me to pay for that daycare, right? And as a mother, as a woman, I'm not that kind of woman that want to sit home either. So I want to be a mother. I want to have also an income that's coming in the household. I want to provide to the household. You know what I mean? Why? Because two income in household is better than one income. And a woman that has her own income, she's a powerful woman. You get what I'm saying, ladies? So that's why I had my son. I see the struggle. I say, time off. Let me figure it out. What do I need to do so I don't have another child to go throw in a daycare so I can make a penny on a cent, a penny on a dollar to make, to bring income in. So 10-4, at that time, I take a pause. 12 years later, I decide, thank God I was introduced into the insurance financial services. So I did my best. I said, this is the only way I can guarantee that if I ever have another child, which I wanted to, of course, I wanted to have other children, I want to make sure when I birth another child, I don't have to report to no one. I can work on my own schedule. If my child is going to take a nap, I can get on my computer and do what I need to do. When my kids go to sleep at night, I don't have to go sleep with them. That's the time for me. I can work on my own schedule. So in order for me to have a sense of control for my own time and earn my income on my time, I had to look elsewhere. I did not want to rely again on a 9 to 5, corporate America overall. It could be a 9 to 5, a 2 to 10, a 4 to midnight, whatever. That's corporate time. Okay? I want to have something I can do that is me, owning my own business. So I decided to become a financial professional. And I find that opportunity in serving in the insurance industry, serving the community that is really in need of what? Of the education, how you can handle your finances, how you can protect your family, how you can extra money while you're raising your own children. So I got licensed. So ladies, what I'm saying, if you're a mother and 9 to 5 is not an option. I actually, as a mother, a 9 to 5 is never an option. Okay? You want to have the ownership where you can be like, I want to have an ownership in my own time, in my own business, in income. I could earn in unlimited income. Nobody can tell me, hey, this is your salary. It's $50,000 a year, but I want you here 6 days a week, 12 hours every day. You know, if you put that 12 hours every day in your own business, I don't care what business is, okay? That will do a better service for you and your family. So, long story, I got my license after I got pregnant with my second child. So, after I get pregnant with my second child, do I rely for corporate America anymore? No. I was able to take a whole year off unpaid because I know I was making money as a business owner, as a financial professional. I still bring in the same income I was bringing as on a corporate America. I'm raising my child. I'm there for my child. I'm buying my child. I'm still bringing the same income. So 3 years later, I had another child. I said, you know what? I see being a business owner, there is so much flexibility in it. So as a financial professional, I said, what else can I add to this business of mine? I still serve my community and still be able to take care of my children and still able to earn unlimited income on my own time. I decide what I was doing as a financial professional. I can add also as a real estate agent. Okay, our dream, everybody's American dream, is to come here, work hard, own home, and also find a protection that can protect the home that you already secure for your family. So I decided, let me go ahead and get this license for real estate. I can serve people, get them their dream home. Also, show them how they can protect their future home, the home they secure for their children with a life insurance. If anything were to go south, you get sick, God forbid, you die, you have that insurance that will protect the home that you put in place for your kids. The American dream that you dream for and that you work hard for is protected. Yeah, so that's how I end up where I am. So as a woman, let's think so hard about it. Like actually not so thinking about hard. The time we spend in the corporate America, if you take the time and spend on your own business, you will see the difference. Now, if I go back to my older son used to go to babysitter. From babysitter, when he started school, he had to go every single day after school daycare. Every single day. If I tell you how guilty I feel as a mother that I didn't get to spend enough time with my child, it hurts me. But now that I am have my own business, I'm a financial professional, I'm a real estate agent. I work around my kids' schedule. Never one, actually, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna tell you, my kids spend only 2 days. The one is 6 and that is 8. In their lifetime, they only spend 2 days in a daycare and I'll tell you why they spend those 2 days. I schedule my time with my client around my kids' schedule. So I'm picking up my kids. Hey, if I'm picking up my kids from at 3 p.m., I'll schedule my clients from 5 p.m., which is not a big deal. Clients will work on your schedule. It's not like corporate America, you're gonna work on their schedule. Okay? So the only time they spend time in the daycare, they were so excited. They thought it was the most best time of their day. Or like, oh mom, we get to go to aftercare after school. I'm like, do you know your brother spent 8 years of his life go to daycare every single day? But you guys, and he hated it so much. He's like, Mom, I wish you can pick me up on time like other children. But did mom have that flexibility? No, mama didn't, because mama was tied up with the corporate America. So the only time they spend the time with the daycare is because mommy was closing, guess what? A deal, you know? Mama was closing up a deal. But guess what? Because they don't spend that much time there, they enjoyed it. But what I'm trying to say here, as a woman, as a mother, we don't have to stop earning extra income to advance our family, to save for our kids' future. We just have to look in creating our own business instead of relying on corporate America. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Super Lady. Mothers out there, women out there, maybe even women who are yet to be mothers. I'm sure this is an eye opener. It is possible, it is doable if we use the right tools. And we are here, we work as a team, we work with you, we hold your hand, and we show you how we did it. It's not like you're going to be thrown in the market. The same, actually, those jobs of corporate they throw out there, you gotta fetch for yourself. Here, we work as a team. I have a team, some women, not even just women, other team members, they'll be like, hey, Immaculate, because they still have their full-time jobs, 9 to 5. They'll be like, hey, I have a client, but I have to go to work. Could you help me out? I'll be like, hey, why not? Bring them on. I'll help, educate, and then my agent or the other agent will come and put in the policy. So you don't have to worry about being by yourself, because sometimes we chase the money and forget most of the important milestones we fight so much for in our families. So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, because ladies or mothers can never be successful without those fathers in the background, without those brothers, without the husbands. We appreciate this time that we are able to come here, discuss about the possibilities. If Happiness is able to do it with a baby, a 13-month or 14-month-old baby, if Serafina is able to juggle a realtor job and a financial, professional with 3 children, if we can all do it, it is very doable. I know we all get so cooked up and be like, hey, this is not easy. You have to have gotten maybe a degree in finance. People, let me tell you something. You gotta have just your discipline. That's all you need. They don't even ask for your high school diploma to be able to be licensed with the state licensing, insurance licensing where you live. You do not have to have anything. All you must do, though, you must be licensed, and we help you, study with you, learn with you, we coach you until you feel like you understand what you're doing. Because again, the crusade we are on of protecting our families, educating our families, we need people who are very educated, who are financially aware, so that they can give our people the correct products. So we have 10 minutes to go, audience, and we love you so much that we want to give you some time. This is your time. Or as we said, this is supposed to be an interactive discussion. We need you to come in. Tell us, some mothers out there, some fathers out there, what have you done? What have you done to help your wife, to help your sister, to help your mother, to be able to actually access the American dream? How are you supporting them? We heard from Happiness that we don't have to go in alone. Don't be shy from asking for help. We all have to do that, because if you have that child, the child has a father. That father has to be hands down. They have to be able to help. Or even your fellow mothers. Don't be shy. Be like, oh, if I ask for help, they will think I'm weak. No, you be stronger by knowing which systems can support you to be able to support yourself and support your family as well. So the floor is open, our beautiful audience. Go ahead and open your mic, or you could even put the question in the chat if you want to do that. We want to hear from you. We want to learn together again every Thursday, same time, same link. We are here tackling different topics about money matters. So if again you have something you want us to tackle, don't be shy to put it down there so that next time we are going to be tackling that. So the mic is open, team.
I'll say something in addition to what Madame Sarafina, the realtor, said. When you mentioned about being guilty putting your child into daycare, girl, up to today, it still bothers me that I had to put my children into daycare. The had I known is always, it lingers. I wish. There was a time that really kind of hurt me the most when I was at work, again, corporate America, but my heart wasn't settled. And I had taken my boy to a daycare, but my heart was paining. I told my supervisor, I said, I have to go. I feel something is wrong with my child. I drove without telling the individual that was looking after my child that I was going. When I got there, I knocked, but my kid was crying. So when you say that, it took me back. And I wish I knew what I know now. My child would not have cried that day.
Yeah.
And again, it was at the 3-week window. So mothers juggle so much. Just even you are at your desk working, but your heart skips and you instantaneously know my child is not well. So those who are able to do it now, and I applaud Happiness for what you're doing. You are an entrepreneur. You are a financial licensed person. I'm getting there. I know Ima is about to beat me down, and Mr. Hubbard, they've been on my case, but I promise you, and also with mothers, when you have so much going on, preparing for other things, there are things you have to put on hold in order to get where you need to be. I'm inspired. I'm always inspired when I hear you ladies out there helping the community. You, Miss Serafina, putting two things that matters the most, American dream, buying a home as well as protecting it by way of having that life insurance that protects. People don't know, and they have to learn from us. We have a huge community that has no idea. And that's, I think, why Immaculate is always on my case. That's why Herbert is always on my case. And I know I'm delaying, not just me, I'm delaying those I'm supposed to serve. So thank you for sharing that. And it really brought me back. Just wanted to share that. And thank you for yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Beautiful.
Thank you for relating. Thank you.
So we want to hear from other members in the audience, though. I'm sure you have something, one or two, to add. Even our gentlemen, men there can go ahead and share, or the mothers there, what they have done better, or what they feel like they can change to be able to be on the right path, not having to be stressed, but making money while balancing that life. Please take it on.
Thank you, guys. My apologies for getting here a little late, and I really appreciate what I've heard. I caught it up when you guys were sharing about the opportunity, and I'm so glad to see my leader here, Layla. we're pursuing her in this career, but seeing her already on this platform is really encouraging and promising us to that path forward. Now, let me speak a little bit to the opportunities of that I heard you guys mention about. I don't know if my camera is very clear here, but I could just take it off. I joined this industry back in 2018. That's when I got my license, but I really got active, until it's actually Layla that introduced me to Immaculate that I got to really be, active. But I want to talk about the opportunities of and what it means. I don't know if you guys already mentioned about it, but the fact that you are able to get 2, 3, 4, 5 things in one. It reminds me of this quotation that I had someone sometime back mentioned, but that the greatest fear should not be that we are not successful in life, but our greatest fears should be being successful at something that doesn't matter. Now, this opportunity provides a shot to anyone, several shots in one. The shot of getting money, earning income, whatever we do on the marketplace, but also impacting people's lives and also creating a legacy that keeps paying even after you're no longer working. That's the biggest, my biggest attraction in this industry, in this field of finance. And above all, the idea of being able to impact people's lives for good, for the big, actually, a big, big, big impact, a strategic impact that you could have on people, on communities, on nations, if I may say. People may be scared here and there about the idea of prospecting in this industry, but then guess what? It pays off. To my personal experience, I think the first 5 years I was in, first 4 years I was in, didn't really do much at all, but I was there. I was just, still distracted in the on a W-2 until I decided to. And I think I saw the video. Then later played it on our community, and I was like, I've heard about this some time back. So I asked her about where she got it. She referred me back to Immaculate in Dallas, and then I picked up from there. Now I think out of the 10, rather 12 months that I used to work back in those days in a year, now I think I have to do 1, 2, 3 months in a year, and I'm all caught up for the income I had on a W-2. So the attraction is real. It's real, no matter if you're, meeting a challenge or at any given point, just stick in, soak in deeper, embrace it. It pays all at once when you least expect it. So thank you so much for embracing this and listening in, and please reach out if you need any help. You may be we all at different stages. You may still be at the outer side. You may be in the arena still struggling, but yeah, that's why we have this community here. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. Yeah, this is amazing. We come here every single Thursday, but every time you come here, it becomes as if it's your first day here. So even myself, that who is always here every Thursday, everything, every discussion actually hits home. All right, thank you. Serafina wanted to add something. Please go ahead.
Yes, thank you so much, Immaculate. I wanted to add something. So I think it's just gonna add so prior to looking for a better way to earn income, a better way to have flexibility, a better way to earn my own time. I used to see people that work themselves. Like, so if you didn't clock in 8 hours or 12 hours a day, how do you make money? So I had that illusion in my mind. If I don't go in and clock out, where is this money coming from? But forgive me, I not try to brag. I'm trying to just share with everyone if I can do it so that every other sisters here. There is nothing special about me, okay? Absolutely nothing. Nothing at all. I was presenting an opportunity just like you are here. And because I was out of option, I was just like a fish swimming in the small water. I'm like, "Oh, I need something. This is not working for me." I took that opportunity. Let me share something. Let me tell you something. Till today, that corporate America I had that was full time, that was consuming 12, 14 hours out of their on their own time a day. I'm not gonna lie to any one of you. Till now, I still have that corporate America. But guess what I did? When I start my business and I start earning the same income, let's say I earn the same income in 6 months' time that I earned the whole year, I went back to the boss. Now I can tell him what I want, what I desire. And the reason why I did that, I was not ready to just when you've been doing something for the last 20 years, everyone can understand it's hard to it's hard to separate from the madness. So the only easy way I found at that time is, hey, can no longer do a full-time job because your schedule doesn't align with my children's schedule or with my family needs schedule. So I put it down. If you, Mr. Corporate America, need my service, this is the day, this is the hours I can work for you. He's no longer in control of me. Now I'm telling him what I want. You see? Do you know why I was able? Do you know what gave me the courage to face Mr. General Manager? Telling him if you need me for the last 20 years, you use me as a robot however you want. You have me work morning, evening, overnight, whatever. You call me any day you want. Now is my time to set my own term. So I am staying at this job only if I can do A, B, C, D. And guess what? When I put the schedule in, I align that schedule. I drop my children to school. I leave, I go kid my kids from school. What option did he have? Sure. So what if he say no? Did I care? Absolutely not. I already have a backup plan. I have started my own business. I become a financial professional. I'm earning the same income I'm earning for a year. I'm earning in 6 months. So if he said no, I say, okay, goodbye, nice to meet you. You know? So I'm still at that job, right? But is it I got that if I tell you how many times I don't show up, I don't care. Why? I don't care about that job no more. I have an income coming where from my businesses on my own term, on my own time. So now you might think your job is you might think, oh my God, if I don't clock in and out, how am I gonna make this income? It's a multiple gazillion way you can make income without clicking in and out. And guess what? On your own term. If you need help doing that, I am here. Is Madame Leila Gajou is here. Herbert's here. Happiness is here. Miss Immaculate's here. Reach out to us. We can literally guide you how you can retain back your time, your freedom, okay, and still earn the same income. Thank you.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. Thank you so very much. Listening to this is really so. I was like, I had this reading that one of the greatest expression of love is actually preparation. Protecting the family financially is part of protecting the family emotionally and practically as well. Because if you have a family that is not financially stable, trust me, what is going into their heads and their usual life is not good. So as mothers, we're nurturers. We have to nurture everything: the love, the emotional well-being, the financial well-being, and we have the capabilities. As you saw all these young women here, it is possible. You need it. You reach out to one of us. We are willing to work with you. Hold your hand. We work as a team. This is a crusade we are on to help serve our communities, as well as holding our people's hand to see that we can live the American dream that we so badly long for. So if no one else is there in the audience, please, we want to take it out without you saying something. If not, we'll call it a night. Use the chance to say something. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So ladies, you can go ahead and say your conclusive remarks, something, little on this, and then we get closing. We can close the session. I will start with Happiness.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, ladies, for sharing your experiences. While you were sharing how you put your children in daycare, I was here fidgeting, and I'm like, I don't want to do that to my baby. Well, she has been in daycare once, and when I went to get her, she was crying, not because anything had happened to her, but because she wasn't used to it. So I don't want to put her in that experience again. And obviously, from hearing like you guys who are more experienced talking about the trauma the kids went through, so I'm glad that I have made this decision, because then my little Gigi can be with me as she grows. So I'm so glad, and I encourage all mothers here, if you're starting or if you're thinking about it, this is it. This is it, and it's going to pay off. Most people think, as Herbert says, the perspective, it's hard, but it's gonna pay off. And of course, nothing in this life is easy. If you want something, then you have to work for it. So if you're here and you're still thinking about it, I think the first thing you should do, just go ahead and do it. The first step is just to go ahead and do it. So thank you so much for what you shared and your experience. And yeah.
Thank you. Madam VP.
Yes, thank you, everybody. Thank you, gentlemen, Herbert, and other gentlemen that are on the call today. I want to say Happy Mother's Day, happy early Mother's Day to all mothers and those mothers that are yet to be. Young mothers, Happiness, I'm so proud of you. It's never too late. It's never too late. Like Herbert said, he saw me posting. He asked, I talked. He's now where he needs to be. I'm following footsteps. I'm coming. I'll get there eventually. But it's never too late. And there's this say, I think in Kinyarwanda, ibihe bihibindi. So that time is coming. And we are lucky to have such vibrant people that are encouraging us, that are willing to help and get us to that cross line. So thank you. I hope everybody's Mother's Day. I hope these gents and children take care of you all. And I'll be sending my flowers to you all. Enjoy your evening and happy early Mother's Day.
Thank you.
All right. Sarah, you want to say something here?
Yeah, sure. That's the same thing. I will say the last, when it comes to a mother empowerment or women empowerment, I can't shut up. I just have so much thing to say. So let me just start saying happy early Mother's Day to everyone. As a mother, please, if you're a mother and you wanna have a freedom of your income, freedom of your time, this is your time. Today is your day. reach out. Let us show you. Let us guide you. We don't know all, but the little we know, we will share. You know, if whatever I did, it give me the flexibility of being home every day with my kids. When I say every single day, I'm with my kids every day. Actually, somebody on this phone call here, a friend of mine, she calls me a chicken mama, or in French they call it what? Poulet mama. I think that's what she called me. I'm constantly with my kids all the time. So and guess what? I'm with my kids all the time. My income is coming in. Literally, I'm earning the income I was earning in the corporate America. I'm earning in the 4 to 6 months. Ladies, it's possible. I'm helping my kids with homework. I'm cooking dinner for them. I know what they have for dinner. I know they went to bed on time. So I am begging you, okay? Have that calling in you. Don't lose hope. You cannot go to 9 to 5. There is a lot of hope. Let us help you. Let us help you get in financial industry so you can start earning extra income for your family. Start saving for your kids' future. And as always, happy Mother's Day, everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much,
Yeah.
beautiful ladies. You did an amazing job. Again, as we said, we are all here, always here. Every Thursday, we learn together. We share. We are family. We are on a crusade of not leaving any family not reached by this information. We know our people are busy. Sometimes they don't get to know the information, but the crusade we are on is to make sure that no family is left behind without knowing this. And to our beautiful mothers, happy early Mother's Day. We love you. We feel you. So connect with us. Until again, next Thursday. See you all. Have a great night and look out for the recording. Have a good night.
Good night.
Right.